Welcome everybody, welcome back to the Welsh Esports League. It's me, Boyle Royal, joined by Bigfoot with some more EsportsWales Valorant action. How you doing, Bigfoot?
Doing pretty good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad myself and excited for some Valorant action coming our way. It is week number 2 of the Welsh Esports League for Valorant, and I find it really starting to take some shape, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, last week was crazy. We really saw some great power from the Swans. The fastest game of Valorant I've ever seen, be that like streamed by someone else or played by myself or anything. It's the fastest game of Valorant I've ever seen, hands down. So the Swans definitely seem to be in a league of their own in some ways, but we're seeing them against someone else tonight who might pose a bit of a challenge to them. They 13-0'd. It was the artist's just so ridiculously fast. Manisk, the Norwegian player on the breach, was just a 5-star player that match. And the combos were insane alongside Whizzing on the Jet. Just absolutely insane combos.
I mean, even following on from that, in their round 2 match, it was once again the Swans playing off against the Dragons, who we are seeing in our first match of the day, but that was a 13-3. So far in this tournament, the Swans are currently 26-3 in rounds. They have won 26 rounds and they have lost 3.
That's insane, yeah. So they're definitely a little bit of a league of their own. Probably the forerunners for who's most likely going to win this tournament, but just from what we've seen so far. But we've got more in store tonight. They're going to play teams they didn't play last week, and maybe we'll see some sort of difference to that.
Yeah, the only team anyway comparable to that is the Pirates, who have only actually played one match properly. The kind of non-existing Robins team has been technically played by the Pirates, but of course, since there's no team being fielded by the Robins, there's no result for that match. So the Pirates are the only other team to have lost only 3 rounds, and that's after 1 game. After 2 against the Swans is insane.
So that could be a really interesting match tonight. That will be our second match tonight, starting off with Dragons versus the Pirates. Pirates got a couple non-UK, non-Welsh players in there as well. They've got Memori and Vases from Ukraine. Mixing it up a little bit with where people are coming from. Maybe they're studying internationally. That's my guess. Or maybe they've moved over here. This isn't strictly a students league. Like a lot of the other stuff I do. So it's I can't vouch for everyone being a student, but I know some of these players through the network. I know some of them are students. It's probably a bit of a mix up there.
Yeah, 100%. I think Welsh Esports really getting a big boost here with the Welsh Esports League. We're really getting to put all these players a lot more on a podium, a lot more eyes on them, and of course all thanks to the Welsh Esports, and a big thanks as well to the Welsh Apprenticeship programme, which is a big partner and sponsorship here for the Welsh Esports League, and providing a lot of opportunities for apprenticeships in Wales. So even here with the Welsh Esports League, it is providing even more opportunities for these Welsh players to really try and make a name for themselves.
Yeah, it's going really well, and looking forward to big things to come for Welsh Esports. It's great they've got support from something like Apprenticeships Wales. I think they increased their support this time around, so it's like it is a growing thing, and I really look forward to see where it can end up. Some of these players, I've got high hopes for them. I mean, see some of these players from the Swans maybe making it in some big leagues in the future. Maybe it'd be great to see.
Well, as we alluded to, the first match we are going to see today will be the Dragons versus the Pirates. And it was last week where the Pirates had a few matches going their way. They had 13-3 against the Artists, and they didn't have the match against the Robins. And then over on that other side, it was the Dragons who unfortunately fell 13-3 to the Swans, and then also a loss to the Pit Ponies 13-10, so they certainly are the underdogs coming in based on the results, not won a match just yet. But the level of opponents, of course, what has to be kind of looked at. Their Swans, taking 3 rounds against the Swans actually looks like a big result, to be totally honest. So I wouldn't really
any round against the Swans it's a dub, isn't it? Any round against the Swans is looking like a bit of a dub for us. Such a challenging team, and just the cohesion was just insane. I mean, it wasn't just the fact that like the artists weren't as good. It was just the sheer miles ahead with the team cohesion, the combos moving on the site. They were in Haven on the A site, flashing the back of site, dashing in. Jet would kill the person who was flashed. Those sorts of combos. There's very little to do, and you need if you're the defending team, you have no choice but to change where you're playing, because if they know where you are, they're just going to flash and dash and kill you straight away.
I think for a lot of the series, we expect to see it being just a battle of who is the better players here, who has the better aim, all kind of things like that. But the Swans actually were playing a cohesive team unit, which isn't kind of what a lot of teams were really expecting to have to deal with. They were expecting it to just be the kind of best ranked players in the lobby were going to be the best players here. But with Swans, they were a team unit which is even harder to deal with when they're playing very in sync together. They're all playing around each other really well, and it's causing a lot of problems for these teams who were maybe already expected to lose to the Swans, but struggling to even get rounds against them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have a chance to sit down with the coach or some of the players and just see what they've been working on, what their thoughts are on, and how they pull this cohesion together. I'm not sure how long they've been together as a team, but I know it's not too long. So they've done such a good job, just like tying everything together so cohesively. And stick around for match 2, stick around for the whole stream, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the Pirates against the Swans later on, which could certainly be a rough match for the Pirates, but we'll have to, of course, see how they perform in this first one. We are getting ready to get into that, still getting things sorted out, but while we wait, Bigfoot, I've been going to kind of pivot onto something else. Have you been watching the VCT lock-in at all? I've been binging it all week, but have you been keeping an eye on it?
When I've got time, yeah. I mean, there's been some insane matches, some of the craziest matches for a long time, and I think the format they're running where you lose a match, you go home, is just adding so much tension and pressure to the players, but it also adds so much excitement to the viewing of the tournament. So yeah, it's been great. What's been your favourite so far?
It's got to be Loud versus Energy. That series was insane. I was going to say, who's your favourites to win it all?
Well, I was nearly going to put 200 quid on Loud, and then I decided I don't want to start a gambling habit. But I thought Loud, if it's the top tier, it's Loud, and I'm thinking 100 Thieves will make it out the bottom tier to be in the finals with Loud. So I was going to put 200 on Loud and 100 on 100 Thieves, but I was like, no, I'm not starting a gambling habit. I don't want to get involved in that. But those are my calls. I'm 100% sure 100 Thieves or Loud will come out on top.
You know, I'm going to go different. I'm going to say DRX are going to beat Loud. They're going to have a DRX versus... Let's go Navi. I think DRX versus Navi final.
Yeah, I mean, that's also extremely likely. Navi are just looking... we've been talking to Cohesion. Navi are looking so cohesive.
Yeah.
And DRX have got like, the chaotically cohesive. That's just crazy team, man. Yeah, so it's going so well, man. There's so much Valorant happening these days, right? I've just gone all out, man. These tournaments happening all year round with little breaks in between, just helping the scene so much.
And of course, with all that coming into it, the kind of development leagues in Valorant then starts to include where Wales can then start to take place. Northern Europe will be kind of an inclusionary zone for the UK, if I'm remembering correctly. They might not be in the Northern Europe part, no, they are in the Northern Europe side. So Welsh players could be slipping on in or kind of getting close to that zone as things start to develop in the future, and that's kind of what I believe EsportsWales will be looking for, is to see the development of Welsh players into the top leagues of these games, like Rocket League, like Valorant, like League of Legends, FIFA, everything like that. It's to see the development of this Welsh talent breaking through into the top leagues of the respective game.
Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what leagues come about that aren't run by Riot, for example, like this with EsportsWales, Esports Britain, etc. Like, how big are these other leagues going to get, and how big are these other things completely out of Riot's hands going to get as well? Because it's just all growing so much.
Yeah, 100%. And I think in the future, I think it will not be immediate, but definitely in the future, maybe like a year and a bit or so, is when we're really going to start to see the outcome of these regional leagues and what kind of effect they have in the esports ecosystem. Like, you've seen it already with other esports, and kind of the regional leagues really being a pioneer for pushing teams forward over in Rocket League. A lot of the teams, and especially the French teams, kind of come from the French scene being so developed, being such a regional kind of a regional family there where all talent gets developed, and we're starting to see that come from Wales, come from Scotland and the UK as well. Coming from a lot of countries all around the world, we're seeing a lot of national-based leagues really push their talent forward and really put them on a pedestal where they have the chance to shine, have the chance to play under that tournament pressure, and really get opportunities to actually push forward a lot and make a name for themselves.
Well, yeah, because Riot run it regionally, EMEA, Americas, Pacifics, etc. And we might see in the future more like England, France, Germany, maybe in separate leagues run by other people. There's a lot of potential where esports can go. It's going to be I think it's one of the fastest growing industries at the minute. Out of all industries, but there's also the money troubles. Like you've got teams going bankrupt left, right, and center. I think the Guard just disbanded everyone except the players because of money troubles, which is just absolutely devastating for anyone that happened to be employed there. getting laid off like that, and that's the risk that this industry runs at the minute, because it's still not quite there, and there are in fact economic bubbles in the esports industry that we're seeing with some of these teams getting, some of these organizations having money troubles. So still early days yet. It feels like it's been going forever, because we've had esports all the way back to SNES, Street Fighter 2 tournaments, Tetris tournaments in the 80s. Like, esports has been going for over 40 years now. Probably around 40 years, maybe just less than.
Yep.
So it still feels like it's early days, but technically it's not. 40 years is quite a long time.
Yeah, certainly so, and we are hopefully getting into our match very soon. The map has been picked, and I think for the excitement of possibly many here, the newly reworked map will be split with our first map of the day. It'll be an exciting one here with the recent reworks to split. And Bigfoot, how are you feeling for it?
Yeah, Split's great. I mean, it confused the hell out of me just when it got re-released. I had a lot of problems, but just yesterday I managed to get a Judge Ace pushing in Split on attack side on A. So it's like, I'm starting to get the hang of it, I think. Starting to get the hang of the map and the way people are using it. There honestly wasn't that much changed. It was just a couple of key components that kept on catching me off guard. But yeah, really liking the map changes. I mean, I love the way Riot just pull these maps and just fine-tune them just to make them like slightly less one-sided here and there. And I do really like what they've done to Split. Cypher's great choice for Split still. It's definitely one of his best maps. If not, maybe might be his Cypher's best map, to be honest, having Split. And yeah, but we'll see if someone's going to even pull that out the bag, because in this level of gaming, we do see some interesting metas that don't necessarily strictly follow what we see in VCT, for example. And see, we've got Molly lining up with the Killjoy already. Vazes lining up the Cypher, so we do see a Cypher already.
Yeah, it's going to be the Dragons on the defending side and the Pirates over on that attacking side. I would say, are expecting... I would say we're expecting some decent smokes coming out. I wouldn't actually have called a Reyna to be used here, but fair enough. I respect it.
So yeah, it was interesting to see if that gets locked in. It's still just hovered right now. They're having a bit of a debate over who's locking what. Molly seems pretty set. She's pretty set on keeping that Killjoy so far. Definitely got a lot of potential for Killjoy, but I do think Cypher is stronger on this map. There's some really good tripwire spots.
Yeah, no, Cypher, especially over that B side, you can, when you're on defense, Cypher B side is the bane of my existence, and then trying to enter.
Right. Go through heaven.
Yeah, that's really your only option, but then puts in a trap down heaven and you're stuck there as well. Who knows?
Yeah, a good Cypher switches it up and has a very good read on where the opponents are going to be coming from.
Select your agent.
And it looks like we're going to be seeing not the Reyna, but the Rays coming out from Via, and Omen from Obi. Neon from Satania, and Echo on that Sky, closing out as the Killjoy from Molly. It's a decent lineup there. I'm a fan of it there from the Dragons.
I'm a big fan of seeing two completely different comps as well. It just adds so much to the game. We see what's going to happen here, but this is, I mean, you've got
Agents the same.
Yeah, KJ instead of Cypher. You've got Sky instead of Kaio. You've got the extra Sage on the side of Pirates. The double duelist on the side of Dragons, and Omen as a smoker versus Viper as a smoker with controller. Two very different teams, so it's going to be very interesting. We might see one-sided half flip around completely.
Yeah, starting on that defending side, I would say I personally favour it for Split. I don't know if that may be the same for the Dragons, but I would say they have a more attacking oriented comp here, so maybe it's that kind of defending side we expect them to have that kind of slower start, whereas the team with the Pirates can maybe take advantage of that weak defenses. The Killjoy, of course, had a good bit of defensive holding, and same for the Omen, but in terms of defense, Sky, Raze, and Neon don't have much utility to help them stop you getting onto site.
Yeah, no, the Viper can be so powerful moving into B site. If you can get the angles of the wall off on A site as well. So, yeah, man, it should be really interesting to see. I think they're balanced. I think the teams are balanced in different ways. If anything, I'm more worried about the Dragons comp, but I haven't seen these players play. They might have some really interesting stuff to do. If Satania's got that crazy Neon movement, we might see some insane stuff coming out. Very confident with the aim, buying that Sheriff in the first half, first round. Not a big fan of Sheriffs in the first round because, 9 times out of 10, the Ghost will do the same thing. As you see on the opposing team against the Sheriff, they've only got two half shields, so Ghost will pretty much do the job for that. Save yourself an extra 300 for some util or something, and here we go.
Here we go, indeed. It's an early push up through mid as a decision. The quick eyes on to B there, but nothing will come out for him. And we talked yesterday, not yesterday, last week, sorry, about the impossibly hard names to say, and I think that Pirates are maybe trying to take that and really give it a challenge here with Xerxu getting the first kill there onto Echo, and Vezes finding one on Obi as well.
Yeah, Ego. Oh, nice little camp spot from Molly, getting 2 kills before getting traded out by Taze, but then, oh, and there goes the Sheriff kill we were talking about, but like I said, would have got the same kill with a Ghost as Vexel drops down that wall. Gets the spike down, and it's just a 2v1 right now, so it looks pretty comfortable as the grenade comes out from Via. Going to easily escape that.
Yeah, left in that 1v2. She's all on her lonesome and going to try and walk around to CT, watching her back actually. This game careful, there's one in the corner. Is she aware? Vex waiting to peek on out is Kian. On that Viper, no one in that corner as well. Via. It's a tough ass for her here. Trying to hit those heads. Will she find them? Checking every corner possible. One peeks out and another one follows. It's a round 1 early on for the Pirates.
Yeah, Via doing an excellent job of clearing sight there, but just as she gets to the location, it gets double swung and unfortunately going to be very hard to deal with. But good clear, good try. And yeah, 1 on the board for the Pirates.
A good start for them. 1 kill each. The teammates coming out early on. It is a clean sweep across the board, but certainly a close round there for the Dragons. It was all left up to Via, unable to get those kills at the end, but certainly not without the art of trying. Now this should be an easy round win here for the Dragons, but of course in the matter of Valorant, anything is possible. I love the avoidance, I love the Neon play, but she does stun herself along the road, and Neon has to slow down for just a moment.
No, but this is what we're talking about. Got that Neon movement coming out, and obviously we do have that shorty on Neon. Great stuff to see. Obi up in heaven, going to try and make this move into a site, but the wall is up blocking heaven, so there's not much to be done as they do pop out as soon as one goes down to Xerxu. Satania goes down. Xerxu watching this flank. Is Modi going to get this kill? It will be a double peek as Via picks up the kill.
A good kill there for Via. But a 2 versus 4. A very difficult ask, and the TP into the smoke will be punished. Via gets found by Vezes, and a round 1 once again makes it 2-0 for the Pirates.
Yeah, and they only lost 1 player there. Getting a sandwich between two classics wasn't really going to be able to get out alive, but Xerxu did get 1 kill before dropping, so definitely some worth in that. And we start to see, yeah, it's going to be a bonus round here for the Pirates, and they're going to keep that just classic on Xerxu. 2 Bulldogs, 2 Spectres against the full Vandals. This is Dragon's chance to start clawing it back a little bit, make it 2-1, and definitely see if they can start to catch up a little bit after losing those first 2 rounds. Unfortunately, will be a full A stack now.
Traditionally, if you lose the first round, you should be losing the second as well. It's just the matter of they have the bye. It's the how the economy works, and this is really where the comebacks start to happen. The kind of redeeming yourself comes to happen. If you can win this 3rd round, you get the anti-bonus, you push the team a little bit into a difficult situation there with money, and by round 4 comes, you have even buys, you have this kind of even footing, and this is where the game really starts to begin. But of course the key part of that is winning this 3rd round, and the Dragons will be looking to do that right now. But the spray for the smoke from Via will find Xerxu. She did a great job getting at the orb, will not be taken, and the first kill finds away the Dragons.
Yeah, great first pick there. That is going to help them out a lot as we move into this eco. Moving around, checking if anyone's still around on A site, but they've gone through sewers now, and they're actually almost on to B heaven, but we've got an awful lot of KJ utility here, and it is going to be an alarm bot out, standing right in the way of the swarm grenade. The turret going to hit them a little bit too. Done some good damage there. As we do see Kian down on half health now, and that will be picked up by Molly there, picking up the damage done by the swarm grenade. Excellent pick there on heaven.
And then a great play, hidden behind the wall. The flash comes through. Echo, they'll find one. The follow-up from Obi as well will find another. Molly gets killed, but Satania, they finish it off on Vezes. It finds it around the win, and that was being hunted for by the Dragons, and it's exactly what they wanted. They won the anti-bonus, now even buys all around, and this is where the game really starts to begin.
Yeah, and they only lost one player, and that's their economy still looking pretty good. That will be Molly over to the Spectre right now. Killjoy setup's going to be moved around again a little bit. And that's the best, with these Sentinels with the gadgets, it's really good just to keep moving stuff around, not having it in the same place every single round. They can start nading it, they can start avoiding it, they can shift walk up to it and shoot it. So now we've moved the Killjoy setup over to B, and we do have a bit of a split. It looks like a mid and an A split. Mid won't be pushed, but a couple of footsteps did happen, so they might have given away a little bit of information there.
Cover going out.
This will be a misstep along the road. Echo. Gonna hold him in. Caught out by the KO dart, they know they're holding it. But Obi gonna get caught out by Xerxu along the road, and not the start that was being hoped for. And nearly 4 versus 5, and now in Xerxu in heaven, Molly has to be careful. All on her lonesome will find the kill. Traded out, Satania and Kian. A headshot will not be enough to kill Bates. It's a 3 versus 2, and oh, so unfortunate just there for the Dragon. The headshot not going to be enough, and now with that deficit, gonna have to try and come back and clutch up this round.
We do have Phasers on extremely low health though, so if they can just catch one bullet, it does just miss. Unfortunately, via hitting Phasers, and now the neural theft is going to come out. Phasers will know the location of both players in heaven.
Is lurking around. I thought in the spike by Echo. They're having to be extremely careful. Via gets 1 kill, but traded out by Vases. It's Echo all on their lonesome. One at both sides of that opening. An attempted defuse, but the Molly should just be on its way, and it's an easy death found for Kian. It is another round 1, and the Pirates are playing this incredibly well.
Yeah, and Vases did an excellent job of Slifer, just, especially with 22 HP, your Slifer can really thrive there, just hiding and using the gadgets mostly. So keeping that Vandal into the next round, really useful again. Do have Xerxu only on a half shield right now, but generally looks like the Pirates on a really strong buy. Molly right down to the Stinger, unfortunately, and 2 half shields on Obi and Eco, as they do have their rifles, but looks like Eco's going to move over to a Bulldog actually. So a bit of a half buy there for the Dragons, moving into this 5th round. A little bit of quiet here. There's a bit of more of a default push. We've got mid. Oh, and we do have a pick from Via on a Taze. So now it's a 5v4 for the Dragons. Is there going to be another one? No, but Xerxu gets Satania in mid. Eco does get hit down extremely low, and there's no Sage to bring Eco back up to health on 5 HP. Now going to play it extremely carefully. The dog comes out, going to get shot down in mid. The mid rush is coming through. It's going to be really hard for Eco to stay alive from this. Yeah, Via definitely aware of the push is coming through. Oh, if they just keep spraying a little bit through the smoke there, they would have got one more. Obi gets Xerxu, Vases gets Via. Vases on a full HP here, going to make that peak. They've got sight. The spike is going down, and the defender Killjoy comes out. What's this lockdown going to do? Vases gets Obi. Molly trades out, and it will be one more on the board for the Dragons. Nice. Not sure if the lockdown was completely crucial in that, but definitely helped. Added the pressure a little bit, and definitely worth putting it down. Boyo, I think you've muted yourself, maybe. I wondered why I couldn't hear you for a little while.
I don't know what happened there, yeah.
I don't know.
Don't know how that one happened. I love that.
About 2 minutes ago, I reckon. I thought maybe you were just busy. But yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, no, I was talking for a while there. I don't know what happened. Nevertheless, we are back here. I am alive and well, and the round number 6 comes to begin. It is a good comeback round there. They needed that round for the Dragons to keep the economy in place, keep themselves in a winnable position, because as rounds can get lost in tandem, they start to slip away more and more because the economy is a driving factor in Valorant, which is really hard to keep on top of.
We got Satania making this wicked push through sewers, but there is a tripwire right there, and it will catch Satania out. Gonna get him out of here, Neon says. Xerxu making that heavy push, but will be taken down. That is the ult completely wasted, unfortunately, as Molly takes them down. Kian does trade out, and they do have sight, and the spike will go down, but that is a big loss, losing that Blade Storm.
Obi trying to get a little peek over the wall. No heads to be found, just waiting for it. But Via up in heaven. She's coming behind him. Behind the smoke. Vases doesn't know. But neither does Via. Oh, Taze turns on it. Via gets one. Cannot find another. Vases waiting with the Guardian. A tap on the head. Trying to get the head glitch in. Obi, but Vases will find it. And a 4K for Vases with the Guardian. He pops off.
Oh, this beautiful stuff. You love to see it, and barely even needing the util, just all aim there. Getting that Guardian now. That was a 3 out of 4 headshots, I think. Beautiful kills there, and that's 1 more to the Pirates, 4-2. But so far, it does look like we've got a bit more of an even match than we were seeing last week, eh?
Oh, 100%, and the Pirates playing incredibly well. Vase is getting that 4K with the Guardian, popped off like crazy. Now a Vandal in hand, just an improvement on the weapon. And the Vase is certainly feeling good, 11-3. Oh, it's going to be a tough ask here for the Dragons. It's an extremely light buy, only Sheriffs and Shields on the board. I don't know what they're going to do about this one.
They do have ults, but you know they're probably might want to be saving those for a gun round. This might just be a bit more of a sacrifice round because it looks like a big heavy push onto the B site, and everyone's there. There's not much to be done. Molly up in heaven with that Sheriff trying to pick something off, but they're just all held back. Oof.
Oh, Taze.
Satania caught hanging, no gun out. It's creeping with a knife. Xerxes getting an excellent headshot onto Eco in heaven as well.
The third round should be lost. The Dragons should be losing this round. You would hope for their sake that they could get 1 pick on the board, unable to do so, and a 5-2 scoreline instead goes to the Pirates, but it's a loss that was expected. Now they have a bye, and now they have to actually try and fight back, or else it's going to be 6-2. It's going to be once again have to be an eco for the Dragons, and they're going to start to falter and kind of snowball down this hole until they can either find a thrifty or find a round win on equal weapons.
Yeah, that was an extremely hard thrifty to get because you know your util's been completely dismantled by KO as they push in. So what you really rely on in those eco rounds is the combo of utility and the small guns you've got, and that's just been completely robbed from them. So that was a bit of a sacrifice round for them. But now they're moving back in with Vandals. Skybird doesn't get any information because they're hiding behind the smoke. And we have a TP from Omen trying to get... Oh, no, good. It was just an info TP because if Omen finished that off, we did have Kian right there ready to kill.
Ready to tap him in the head. And I will say, once again, going back to VCT locking, I've seen some incredibly ballsy Omen plays recently where they will just teleport in the middle of someone and go for the fight anyway. Oh, this is going to be some drama. Echo to slow down the zip wire. They'll get punished, and Zerx are going to get the first kill on the board. It was just a matter of timing right there. The fastest one down the zip wire wins, and now Zerx are looking for another perhaps, clearing in onto site. Fire going to get found by the camera, and oh, there's a tripwire trace just behind her actually.
No way, what a good
Really
spot.
avoids it, cannot get the kill though, but oh, Via playing a very tricky game at the moment.
Yeah, she's had such a good location, but couldn't quite trade off it. But now coming through the tripwire. Oh, and Satania gets the kill anyway. No way. This is that Neon movement we were hoping for.
Neon's moving well. The 3 versus 4. The fingers have came out to play. What can Satiani do? Finds one on the board. Another one behind that smoke. Cannot find it on Tezo. Molly will be the one to clean it up as she approaches onto site. And 1 versus 1 here. It's a good trade. Going for the defuse, but Sage waiting on Heaven, ready to make that push. Oh, she got off in time. She's above you.
No,
she's above you.
It's above you.
But she's not going to look, and she's going to get finished, though.
Oh, that was quite close. I think there was still another couple of seconds on the spike. Those are definitely worth looking up. There was time to trade out and finish off the half. But also, you know, definitely very brave to try and finish that off. Unfortunately, not going to pay out, as it will be 6 to the Pirates. Putting the Dragons on the back foot yet again. They've lost 3 of their ults. They're just down to the showstopper. That might do something special. I mean, if they're going to make a rush again, if they're going to play that anti-eco rush, maybe Via can pull something off with a showstopper and get a bunch of kills in one go. Where's Via playing? Looks like Via's over on A site in Heaven, but the push is actually a bit more default. Excellent stuff from Satania. That's what we want to see.
Whenever I am having a bad day of Valorant, what I will do is I will go into an unrated game, I will play Neon, and I will do exactly that. Just run around for Judge. There's something so satisfying about just running around with Neon, jumping like a madman and just spraying at Judge, because you'll die 90% of the time you do it. But that 10% of kills that you get are just so satisfying, and you know how angry the other team is.
And Vexil will res Xerxes back up, so that Judge has only done the damage of the shield now.
They're getting out to be used though, so there is some good use to it, but Via, Joe actually triple peaked there, I'm pretty sure that was. Gonna get traded out there, and the low health will be slightly healed up by the Sage. The Sage gonna flash onto site, the Sage wall and the jet dash. There's so much going on here. Satania
Nice,
with this.
Satania.
Oh, the Judge is so good. Picked up close, finds another one,
Yes.
finds one more. Can we get an ace? No, we cannot. The shot comes out from Vexel. Now, in a 1 versus 2, low HP, Vexel has to try and get a plant down. Only 35 health on the board. A heal comes in 15 seconds. They have time to wait.
No,
Or they go for the
12
plant.
HP.
12 HP. But coming in behind is Echo. Can they find the kill? They'll be peeking on out. They'll get the headshot. And around the win, the Thrifty will be won by the Dragons. Barely.
No way. Satani was just so keen then trying to get that extra kill. I've made the same mistake 100 times trying to keep those sound effects going and those endorphins running, but sometimes it's better just to hold that angle and not move out into the open space, especially when you got that Judge. But excellent 4K from Satania there. Really beautiful stuff. Definitely won the round with those kills there, and Eco cleaning up at the end. Beautiful stuff. 6-3. Definitely a chance that the Dragons can even this one out. What do you reckon?
I think it's certainly possible. I think if they win this round, then the buy from Pirates are going to be very weak next round, and it'll all come down to that 12th round to see if they can get a tied-up game. But this is the most important one here. They're on even buys, as even as can be. Satania not got that Judge in hand. I think the Judge was a better call for Satania. It went crazy last round. The shots on the Xerxero might be proving me otherwise. Echo cannot get the trade upfield though, and the Taze just
No way. They just walked through their own grenade and gets a beautiful kill on Avia. I mean, you're not going to expect it, are you? If that grenade is popping off, you're not going to think that they're going to be on the other side of it. So it's beautiful stuff there. Really, really well played. I think they just lost. Either they didn't get. No, I don't think they got hit. They were on 100 health, so just no armor. They managed to walk through without getting tired.
Yeah. Taze will get traded off this time around though by Obi. In a 3 versus 3. Spike onto B side now. It'll be a post plant situation, and we've seen them once in post plant. What can the Dragons do this time around? Satania.
Vazes is aware. Satani's been making this flank quite a few times now. Vazes is very ready for it. Going to be taken down though. It won't be Vazes on top this time. And the Killjoy lockdown does come out. Obi goes down to Kian, and Molly goes down too. I think the lockdown might get destroyed. Nope.
No, it's going to catch. It's going to catch one.
It's actually going to catch one.
If they can get
those footsteps, those
Satania, get a kill.
Yes.
This is winnable now. Tap to Spike, fakes it, waiting, holding the angle. Satania, no!
No! So close. Vexel down to 50 HP or so.
Everything about that was played perfectly, except that final shot.
Just that
if that final shot
needed,
hit the head, then that is the perfect bit of play from Satania. In terms of what was going on in the brain, perfect. But it was just the gunplay. And that is all what is separating these two teams at the moment. They've both got some great ideas going, but the Privates are just hitting the shots a little bit more. And I kind of linked it back to that ring with Vazes getting that 4K with the Guardian. If Vazes wasn't hitting shots like that, it would have been an easy round win for the Dragons. But it's just gunplay which is helping the Pirates really excel. Yeah,
and even though the Pirates are ahead, we actually do have Satani on the highest point of the kill board. 13 kills against Pirates' highest, which is 12.
Yep.
Nice.
Via.
Is Via going to get anything like no, and Xerxes pushes forward, but will be taken down by Obi.
I love the jet dash pretty much through the ult there. Now Via waiting on the other side. Could actually try and maybe satchel up and cause some disruption, but only a classic in hand will make that a very difficult task. With Vex onto site now. Good chance to push on through. Melt. Oh, it's a great use of the molly. Finds one. Taze will find a trade out on Via. The grenades from Via though. Kian and Vase is gone. Taze will find one on Echo. It's Pandemonium on the site. Vex trying to get the trade onto Molly. Taze is going to try and help out, but it's a lot of trying and not much doing. And Molly will find one. Found by Vex. It's a 1 versus 1. And Bigfoot, we've been in a situation before where Vex left in a 1 versus 1, but this time not so much as the Reds counter on the tape, making this so much harder for Satania.
Yeah, and Satania comes through the same spot every time, so the read was actually already there. The grenade was down. One little body shot onto KO. It's not going to be enough just yet.
Oh, it's a great kill.
Definitely worth catching that hit off earlier.
No guns are found. Titania gets a Vandal in hand. It's a winnable situation. Can't use the dash in time, and Vex gonna hold his ground, stand strong, and take the round for the Pirates. Where, wow, Titania really putting a shift in for the Dragons, but is just always unable to find that closing kill, it seems like.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of beef between Vexel and Satania. You know, they're both top fragging.
Yeah.
Satania's been taken out by Vexel a couple of times now when Satania could have clutched it. That's going to be extremely frustrating. That's 2 rounds, I think maybe in a row, where Vexel just caught out Satania at the last minute, preventing those clutches. And if we did see those, it would have actually been 5 to 6.
It would have just been, but a 3-8 scoreline now. We could see a 9-3 Curse come to action, or will it be an 8-4? The nades are coming through in front of sight, and Tay's going to push up into heaven. Echo with all the shorties in the 4, playing as that guardian angel. Will not be enough as Satania finds one, traded up by Kane. It's a mess up all around as Via going to be traded up by Kane. It's a 3 versus 3. The Viper ult comes on to take sight into control. And the plan from Vets into backside is going to be very hard to challenge here for the Dragons. They've got a whole Viper ult to go through, which is a needed task for absolutely no one.
And the one tool at their disposal to find out what's happening in that pit would be the Eco Dog, and it's not actually present, and Eco has fallen. Taze takes down Obi. Oh, and it's going to be so difficult for Molly to get out on top of this.
Molly, 1 versus 3. The turret locked and loaded. The Molly comes through. She actually walks past it. A shot on Kane will be great. London does both put her knife out at the worst time. You're in a 1 versus 3. Why on earth are you pulling your knife out?
Some pretty awkward muscle memory, I would blame, maybe. You know, flick to the knife, run away a little bit faster. But yeah, sometimes that muscle memory has to be retrained to make sure you don't make those mistakes, because if the gun was still out, there is a chance that Modi could have taken down Vexel. Tay's now actually overtaken Vexel in the leaderboard on the side of the Pirates, and we've switched over sides. It's going to be interesting to see what Satania can do with these slight executions on the attack side, you know. Some of the movement was pretty good from the defense side, making those steady pushes, but actually not always finding anyone off the back of them, and ending up on the flank quite often, and also quite often, unfortunately, taken out on the flank. But getting some good kills nonetheless.
Early so now with a 9-3 into play. Will it be the curse that I believe the Pirates and are really hoping it's not, and the Dragon they're really hoping that it is? Well, it's time to find out now. It's Vezid on side and trying to get the early kill onto Satania. Via trying to get a shot as well, and the TP for a moment traded off. It's a great round so far.
Oh my days! Everyone's getting a kill.
Oh, Faces finishing it off.
Was that a team ace? It seemed like nearly everyone got a kill there. Wow.
Oh, what a round. 10-3 now for the Pirates. They are not slowing down. It's Vezid and Taze fighting for that MVP alongside Vex and Zerxu. Look at that scoreboard. 13-13, 12-12, and then an 8. But everyone pulling their weight on the Pirates. It is amazing to see.
Yeah, they were doing so good. I think they might have it, you know. It's going to be very tricky to come back from this. Now the pistol round has also gone over to their way. The Pirates, that push, unfortunately, just happened to be where Cypher was. And an excellent headshot from Zerxu, taking Satania straight down. Just ran right into that headshot, unfortunately. The turret's going to be taken down as well. The nade does come out. Zerxu almost dies, but if it was any other player, they might have gone down, but that dash was available. And Taze already on the flank here, going to be caught with the util out.
Oh, Taze!
Still gets the kill.
Via Molito in mid causing some havoc, but Kane and Vess will clean them up quick and easily. 11-3 now for the Pirates, and with 2 more rounds to go for them to take the win. It's a very hard task for the Dragons here. They have got to play pretty much perfectly for another 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely tricky. They've got some guns now. I mean, might just be playing for dignity, trying to get as many rounds on the board. But the Pirates are just looking so fresh, so clean, and so good. There's not a lot the Dragons can do in the face of this. The first 2 rounds going over the Pirates was pretty much the worst thing that could have happened to start this half off. And Satania leading the charge again, but will be hit by the knife. So will Raze. That's quite a lot of important execution util gone. But only for 8 seconds.
Ian going to be holding sight here. Caught out by the dog, and the Viper one way, just making sure that no one can even push forward. Is Vet's going to jump on this wall and try and get Obi in the head here? This could be the make or break of this mid play. Holding the angle, waiting for anyone to peek on up. But Obi is not going to budge.
Obi sending a smoke out onto A, maybe trying to fake a little bit of a rotation, but they're still all on B. Completely silent. Not sure if that smoke's going to be enough to make this team rotate, unfortunately. The knife comes out again. Don't think it detected anyone that time, but they do know that Obi's right there, I think.
With Satania, they're trying to fake the runaway. Activating it, but they're stuck in the corner now. Kind of hoping they had ran away, all on their lonesome. The slide comes through, and Xerxo will get the kill. 5 HP is all that is left. But the round one once again, and we're going to see a 12-3 scoreline.
Yeah, now sitting on match point and with not a lot of money in the pockets of the Dragons. I think they might be on a save round. They can get a half buy. They can force a half buy here, but it's going to be so tricky. They won't have their full util probably, depending what guns they buy. And obviously the Pirates sitting completely comfy, full util, full armor, full guns, and full morale as well.
Well, 12-3. It is make or break time for the Dragons. Titania trying to do their absolute best, 16-14. Honestly, I wanted to see the kind of ballsy play from Titania bring out the judge again, because we've seen just how well he done with it last time around. But now with a 12-3 scoreline, there is no mistakes left to be made for the Dragons. Any more mistakes and they are losing this match. Molly going to take the turret out past the smoke, try and find anyone onto site. But Taze is waiting with the op. Anyone pushing through that smoke, they could just be dead. Flashed, but the knife will stall for some time. A Molly of his own as well. Shots taken by Zixer will not work out. Molly finds one. And there's a chance here now for the Dragons to push through into this round.
No. Perfectly placed snake by Bates. Molly out. Will be taken down. Satania's got an interesting here, but Taze again just too aware of Satania's movement around the map. Taze also taken down Eco. Now it is all on Obi, who will unfortunately fall to Taze's op, and that is it. Over to the Pirates, 13-3. Seems to be an extremely common score in this league.
Yeah, certainly so. The Pirates doing an incredible job there, and 13-3 is a result they will most definitely be happy with. Already having that 13-3 against the Artists, and of course the 3 win against the Robins, they are actually currently the same record as the Swans have. So the Pirates are looking like a very, very good opponent for the Swans, which we will be seeing later on. But with that said, we're going to be seeing that match later on, Bigfoot. We're going to head to a quick break. We're going to get ready for our round 4 matchup, because we've got all the rest of the round 3 results to come on through. So stick around, we will not be long. We've got some more Valorant action coming your way, and we'll see you then.
See you soon.
Welcome back, everybody. It is me, Boy Royal, joined by Bigfoot as we get ready for our second match and our final match of the day, round number 4 of the Welsh Esports League stage, to be honest. But Bigfoot, we had a very exciting last match there from the Pirates, and it gets a lot of excitement coming into seeing them face the Swans.
Yeah, it does, because they were so powerful in that previous game. So hopefully finally see someone who can start to take on the Swans a little bit, but the Swans are just so powerful. We might still see a bit of a shutdown, but really excited to see it. Saw some great stuff from the Pirates previously. And Pirates have banned Lotus Split in Haven, and it was Haven that we saw the super fast 30 from Swans last week, so that might be a good shout. And like I was pointing out at the start of this stream, the team cohesion from Swans on Haven was just picture perfect. So definitely a good call for the Pirates to get rid of that map. The Swans banned Fracture Pearl and Ascent, so that left us on Icebox, in which the Pirates chose defense. I wrote down attack in the Discord, but they've chosen defense,
Nice.
and so I wrote that down wrong. It's probably just if we're about to go off the back of that, so could be interesting. Starting off with defense on Icebox, we'll see.
Yeah, I would expect there's two things I would expect to see on Icebox from both teams. I would expect to see Sage and Viper. I think they should always be kind of a mainstay on any team comp for Icebox, and I'll be surprised to not see them. Maybe we see an Omen instead of a Viper. I think that can work here and there. But I think Viper on Icebox is undoubtedly the best smoke, and we should be seeing that. And then Sage, or maybe even a Harbour instead of Sage. There's been a lot of kind of recent Harbour growth on Icebox instead of that Sage getting used and helping getting the plants down. So I'm kind of hoping to see one of those combinations.
I think Omen or Harbour as well as Viper is the best way to go on Icebox if you've got a good Viper player. We got Kian on the side of Pirates on the Viper. Last week we saw Ross on Astra. Maybe Ross will be picking up the Viper. There's also a couple players in these comps. These aren't 5-player teams. They're 6, 7, 8-player teams. So some players might be dropping out as we go through the night or the league here and there, getting replaced by other players. But it's going to look like Kian versus Ross as their main controllers. Kian for the Pirates and Ross for the Swans.
Yeah, 100%. So as we get ready to get into the match, the Swans are currently having the great run at the moment where they haven't really lost yet, unless they lost in round 3, which I have my doubts against because they were playing against the Pit Ponies, who didn't have the best of matches last weekend against the Goats. So, assuming the Swans are also now 3-0 in their matches, this is a very important match here for the Pirates and the Swans, who are both undefeated.
Yes, looking forward to seeing Manisk again as well. Manisk on that breach on Haven last week. What do you think Manisk might pick for Icebox? Moving over from, I've seen some interesting stuff from Breach on Icebox, but I wouldn't go as far as say it's full meta.
Ooh, I don't know what Manisk will pick here. Manisk, I feel like to me is a dark horse. I feel like Manisk is a player who will play anything and will just fit really, really well. We've seen how well he played as an individual player just last week in terms of actual gunplay. So I feel like he could fit any role and be a very good fill for whatever his team needs.
Look forward to seeing him. But definitely, so far, tournament MVP. So expecting some pretty big things tonight. And hoping for more of an even match than we've seen the Swans take part of so far. 13-0 and 13-3 last week. It's just crazy.
Yeah. We had a 13-3 earlier on. Let's get a closer match out. And I think this will be the closest match we have yet for the Swans. I think the Pirates will be the first team to really, really push them to their limits. Will it be enough to actually take it? It's going to be the harder ask, but certainly I think the Pirates have the best potential out of all teams we've saw so far.
Yeah, it just depends on these differentials, because like we've just seen Pirates, they just diffed out the Dragons, and that's because they maybe that little level up in skill, but then we just might have the Swans up above that again, and we'll just see the Swans make the Pirates look like the Dragons, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
it's a bit of a chaotic league, but a great experience for everyone involved. You know, it's a good chance for the Swans to just like really refine those cohesion pushes that we're talking about. And it's a chance for the players that are not quite as skilled as the Swans have that experience against those higher tiers. Watch back on the VODs and see what they've been doing wrong, what they can be doing better. So big learning experience for everyone. Big thanks to EsportsWales putting it together. Big thanks to Wales Apprenticeships for supporting the league as well. We wouldn't be here without you. And big support thanks to everyone who's watching and supporting the stream as well.
And interestingly enough is that after this result here, if the Swans can take it, they'll be 4-0 in their matches. They still have their free win to get against the Robins, which is happening for them in round number 7. So they'll actually provisionally be 5-0 if they can win this match, which I think we've kind of cement them as the top team of the league here. So it's a very, very big match for the Swans, and if they can take down the Pirates, then it could be GG. Swans are the best team in the Welsh Esports League already being declared.
Yeah, well, I mean, I won't say who, but someone part of EsportsWales did say they were the favourites starting out. So they even before the league started, there was a certain amount of knowledge that they were an extremely powerful team with some of the most powerful players, and you just can't get over the cohesion. Man, I must have said cohesion about 20 times since last week, but it's just you'll be seeing what I'm talking about in a second. I think in the first, even in just in this pistol round, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. The util and team play was just so perfect last week. So we've got Jakes, Alexander, 2%, Lewis, and Whizzing. I do think that's some okay. So we don't have Ross this week. We saw Ross last week dropped out. Whizzing still here. Whizzing was on the Jet last week. Excellent Jet. Lewis was KJ last week on the KJ again. Jake. So it's actually I think we've seen Ross swap out for 2%.
And Manis is not in either.
Manis, the strongest player we were chatting about, is swapped out for Alexander. So Alexander and 2% new players that we didn't see last week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else this team can pull out with without their strongest player from last week.
Yeah, now in my eyes, Alexander and 2% have really got to step up here, because of course Manis being replaced is, in our eyes, a very big loss considering how well he played last week. But of course it was only one match, and we could see a lot different coming out from these teams. Nevertheless, as we kind of predicted, we do have that Sage and Viper combo coming out from both sides, and it does mean that I think it's going to be kind of a lot of B pushes. I think B is going to be the main aggressive site here. It's quite often on Icebox that a lot of teams like pushing B with Sage, trying to get the wall down, trying to get the plant. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that a lot more as the kind of later rounds come in. Pistol rounds can be very variable. They can go either way, but I would see a lot of B pushes and a lot of action on that kind of left-hand side of the map.
And the Pirates haven't dropped any players. They've got the same comps from last game, but they're having a little bit of a switch up. Some of the players changing who they're playing. So Vazes has moved over from Cypher to Sage. Xerxes stuck on the Jet. Kian's gone from Viper to Sova. So instead of playing the Viper again, and we did see a very strong Viper from Kian last round, it's actually handed that over to Vexel.
And it will just be the lone Viper playing over on B side. Vexel.
Sometimes that's enough.
Just playing around yellow. Gonna try and hold it all on his lonesome. With a player pushing up of Whizzing. And the early 1v1's going to come into play. Whizzing will win it. Low HP, half health gone. But it's Vazing now on site. Waiting for some teammates to come in the helping hand. But Whizzing with a dash, trying to get a pick on anyone. Bit of damage with all that has been looked for.
Whizzing looking really good, executing that side, getting away when they most needed to. Swans Lewis making that push onto A with the spike, so it was all one big fake, but the rotation is coming out from the Pirates too. They're aware of this. Even with the wall down and that almost having the site, they've made this rotation very interesting to see. Let's see if Xerxes can pull anything off getting here just before Lewis, and it will be a beautiful headshot from Xerxes, but traded out by Whizzing.
a fake and a pistol round is really confusing for me because there's no util which is going to be wasted and missed out upon, really. And by the time that the Pirates have got here, they got here faster than the Swan, so they've been able to play sight relatively well. Now it's a 2 versus 3, low health on Wizzing, but will get healed. Jake Tom are going to find one on Kian and just face it all by themselves. Found by Wizzing in a round 1 by the Swans, first round of the game.
Yeah, that read on the defense was great. They made it to sight pretty fast, but it just wasn't quite enough. Swans just looking so clean. Wizzing getting 3 kills. Excellent first kill, and excellent getting out of the trouble when they saw loads of players push. I think that might be what it was. Wizzing saw quite a few players pushing towards B site, and I think they maybe just called that rotate. Lewis is already on the back end. Wasn't hard to get to site. Unfortunately taken down as soon as they got to site, but still managed to carry off the back of that, and it looks like only a shorty being bought for the Pirates. Let's see what they can get off the back of that.
Yeah, Zertsu going to get caught by the dart. He was hoping to avoid it, I believe, but decided to leave Fate and have a little dance instead. Wizzing. After that Vandal. Already activated a dash, ready to make a move. The silver drone coming out from Jake's Tomo, scouting out the opponents. It's a great kill from Wizzing early on, and they're just going to leave. Get the spike and walk away.
Yeah, okay, yeah, really good rotation, and I don't know if the drone caught it, but there was the shorty hanging right around that corner, so good call on the rotation. Alex going to catch out the rotation too, but will be traded out with the classic from Vases.
Vases with a Spectre now. It's a 3 versus 4, so of course the man advantage does go the way of the Swans, and now a 2 versus 4 makes it even harder. 1 versus 4, and Wizzing on for that 4K. Kian shoots down the dart. In comes Wizzing, in comes Jake Tomo, in comes 2%, in comes the whole Swan team to give Kian no chance at survival.
And the shock top, just for the cherry on top. Oh my days. So really, again, great stuff from the Swans. We did expect it to start off this way, but Pirates maybe going to pull something out of the bag. A bit of a bonus round now for the Swans, and now we have the Pirates full buy. No short, maybe a shorty somewhere in the side pocket, but the Vandals are out. But Wizzing buying that Vandal in round 2, getting up to 6 kills just in 2 rounds is just so deadly. And now the full shields are sat there. Let's see what we can pull out. It looks like it's going to be a bit of an A push. Wizzing getting that info early. Doesn't see anyone.
It is. Just going to hold that. Sees Wizzing's head and a great catch on it. It's a great early kill. Oh, Alexander caught out in mid as well by Zertsu. It's a really, really good start for the Pirates. It's Taze trying to catch another one here. The silver dart will cause some issues. 2% catches Taze lacking. Kian will trade one out, another one as well. Kian going to get the free keeper half, but it's a little bit shaky at the end. And Jake Tomo, hands strong. And a 1 versus 3 now. What can Jake Tomo do?
Spike won't go down, trying to bait with it. Getting that peek on a Xerxes. There's 2 coming in from the back. There's 1 coming in from the back, and it will be an extra kill for Jakes. Now sandwiched on extremely low health and will be taken down by Vases on the flank. So, they do get that rifle round. They do lose 3 players, unfortunately, but they move through to the next round still with 2 rifles.
That's a great round there from Kian. Man, really popped off in sight and controlling it, and then Zertsu, of course, getting that kill as well. It's a 2-1 lead for the Swan still, but the Pirates are making it ever so closer.
Taze has pulled out the judge as well. Love to see it. See what Taze can pull off with this. Where's Taze? Taze sitting on A side. Good spot for the judge. Looks like the spike sitting on A, but there is going to be a push into mid and B as well. A little bit of a default going on. Swans seem to love their defaults, taking that pick and pushing either straight forward or rotating off the back of it. Spike hasn't been picked up yet, so might even be a fake on A. Let's see Taze with the judge.
We know how the judges turn out in these matches. We've seen one judge play last match and a 4K was found from it. So the judge is a fearsome thing. And over on A side where all the action is being had, Wizzing going to find one on Taze. And low health there on Wizzing, but will be getting healed by the Sage. But damage found once again. Zertsu going to get the trade off onto Wizzing. And a 4 versus 4 now as Vases rushes on back to B side. Will he get caught out by Lewis though? Sees him. Pulls out the Vandal and gets it to cover just in time. Vases plays that so well.
Yeah, very, very close there. The attackers are actually going to spin around to B side, even though they've got the information that Vases have made this push. They're going to be making their way in a second. What can FaZe get off the back of this? If FaZe can get an extra kill or 2. No way. What a read. Almost tickles phase, but not quite. Does take Vexel down at very low health, though. Kian gets 2. Kian is popping off. Only 1 standing for the Swans. No way. 2-2.
It's 2 indeed, and it's a really good play coming out from the Dragons. The Pirates, sorry. They have took control of this game, and now forcing an eco for the Swans is going to be a very hard task for them, but if there's any team who I can trust the gunplay of, it is the Swans, so I certainly could see the eco still potentially going their way.
Yeah, it'll be good to follow Wizzing in on this execute, Korriban. This could be really interesting to see what Wizzing can pull off with the Sheriff. That's Korriban Observer, by the way. Big shout out, Korriban. Thank you. Wizzing is... actually pulled the Bladestorm out as well, so this could be big. Gonna miss those first shots. Taze actually has to drop, get 15 damage from fall. Lewis gonna push onto the pipes. Wizzing gets 2!
Wizzing. I said the eco is definitely not safe against the Swans, and Wizzing is very much proving that at the moment. 2 knife kills already. And Wizzing is looking for more.
Yeah, that's just deadly stuff. I was, feeling pretty confident Wizzing was going to pull something out of the bag, and that very, very fast 2k was just exactly what they needed. But they rotated off the back of it again, moved over to B site where there's only 2 players standing. Wizzing going to miss those last Bladestorm shots, though. Only 2 blades left if they want to get the refill.
Wizzing ran out of knives to the Sheriff in hand. It's a 4 versus 3 for the Swans, though.
No
but
way.
The gun's not in their favour.
No way.
Kian gets some taps on Wizzing, not enough for a kill. They're just going to hold Spike. It's all they have to do. 2% get the Spectre in hand. A shot found by Vases. 2% setting up high. Found by Vases again. Vases going in a mad one at the moment. Shot found by Kian. And it's all on Alexander left. Kian will find it and around. Get it taken.
It looked like they might have had it there, but the Pirates just coming in strong with the Vandals, doing a really nice retake, working together, pushing together, making sure they got the information and working to take those players out one by one, and it worked really well. So that is 3-2 now to the Pirates. No one really might have seen this one coming.
Yeah, the Pirates who came here and they have really put things on its head. The Swans were definitely the favourites coming into this match, but the Pirates are not letting that be the case.
Kian's looking really good as well. Getting some really, really crucial, fast 2Ks, headshots in there. So some great aim from Kian. Kian it's up against, actually, a few more kills than the Jet, so... Wizzing takes out Vexel. I was going to say it might be a bit of a Kian versus Vexel, versus Wizzing for the top spot, but Wizzing's just still getting those kills in.
It's a great start there for Wizzing, and the Viper out onto site, and I believe the Sage will be coming out as well. Yes, it does. KJ going to try and cause some damage, waiting for the util there. The plant comes out for 2%, but the Sova out, causing a little bit of damage. Finds one, can he find another as well? Won't find anything. It's a 2 versus 2, low HP all around. Only the Swans have one full HP member.
Taze just gets such a crucial kill, though, taking down the Viper's pit, but Wizzing trades out Taze. Wizzing on the road to an ace. Is it going to come out or not? Lewis gets the spike down. Wizzing extremely low, but so is Kian. Who's going to peek first? Wizzing maybe just going to hold the angle instead of peeking. Probably aware, extremely low health, and I think it's going to be the ace unless Kian comes out on top, but Wizzing does get the ace.
An ace found for Wizzing. Kian can do nothing about it. We have a tied up game. Give the Swans some guns and they will cause some damage. Sorry, give Wizzing a gun and Wizzing will cause some damage.
Yeah, no kills yet for Vexel or Lewis, but the very top-heavy leaderboard here, Wizzing versus Kian. There were Wizzing and Kian at the start of that round. I was trying to say they're vying for MVP, but now it looks like Wizzing is steaming ahead, even though the score is completely balanced on the whole.
And it is the Wizzing show on the Swans. If Wizzing dies, the round is lost. 3 deaths and 3 rounds lost for the Swans. It is a matter of kill Wizzing and you will get the win. That's an easier said task than done, because Wizzing is a machine at the moment, and looking into Taze at the moment. Yep, he's going to find the kill. Why are we surprised that Wizzing gets the kill?
Wizzing holding this angle again, but Xerxu trades out. Nice headshot, Xerxu. Beautiful shots. The drone comes out, gets a bit of information, knows they're behind the wall. First little bit of the site is free, though. Whizzing stands back up. This is trouble for the Pirates. Taze also gets res though, so we're back to a 5v5.
5 versus 5. All the kills mean nothing except a waste of an ult. Well, not the waste, the good use of an ult actually, but the use of an ult nonetheless. And now back to evenness and a push onto B. The Viper Molly. Where will it land?
Oh!
Absolutely nowhere useful. That
was a shipping container in the sky.
I love the lineup cam for when the lineups don't work, because that was the most useless molly I've ever seen in my life, and it seems so promising.
I was getting pretty excited, and it just lands on the sky shipping container. Oh, Xerxu getting an excellent shot. Really good trigger control there, waiting for the right time, but peeks and will be taken down. Vexel takes down Lewis, and it's just 2% standing now for Swans.
Vexel played that really well, gets the free kick, gets the round win, and able to find out the fuse by the end of it. Vexel just was controlling yellow from a distance so well, and that final push on up is all that was needed. Now it's a 4-3 for the Pirates, and they are really giving it a great game.
Yeah, I think it was really good for the Pirates to have that match beforehand against the Dragons, get warmed up before they're in the deep end, and they are handling the deep end so well. Last week we were asking the question, who can really stand up to the Swans? And it looks like the Pirates are answering that already. 4-3, they've been in the lead twice now, 3-2 and 4-3. Can they just keep this ahead? And then when it comes to their attacking side, keep it going? We will see. Whizzing still leading so far on 16 kills.
Wow.
Jake's only on 3 in the second place for their team. It is the Whizzing carry, the Whizzing show, like you said.
The incredible individual performance from Whizzing has to be matched by teammates. Whizzing on knives is... We know what happened last time Whizzing was on knives. That's all I'm going to say. And
Bang!
there it is. Whizzing,
No
you
way!
need to calm down, son. You are incredible. Another kill from Whizzing, traded off by Vexel. Taze will get one on Alexander. It's a 3 versus 3. The turret going to cause some damage to Taze, and now they know he's behind them. They're going to keep careful of their back. And a plant, not going to come out just yet, but certainly in a good position to do it for the Swans. Pushing up his 2%, Keane. And hold that angle, waiting for Drake Tom to push on out. It's a worst time to stop looking. And still, no one going to make that final push just yet.
Viper's Pit online for Vexel, though. If that spike goes down, it could be a really good time to push it. Might be a great retake ult. But the Swans haven't made this execute yet. They might even be trying to fake out this rotation.
Everyone's just taking their time.
Yes,
40 seconds. Lewis peeks out, caught by the dart is Vexel. Has to go for the kill, not the dart. He will get the kill, gets another. Can he get a third as well? No, he cannot. Jake's Tomo gets one, but cannot find another taser there to clean up the crew. And 5-3 the scoreline now. Swans on the back foot.
No way we're seeing this. I think everyone thought the Swans were going to steamroll this at least a little bit, you know, but it's actually looking like the Pirates have got the control of this ship. Whizzing on 18 kills, though. It's so crazy to see, just so far ahead. I'm be interested to see some more detailed stats like ACS and stuff and First Bloods, but definitely Whizzing very high on that. But Pirates just looking better as a squad, you know, more of an even skill scoreline, working together much better as a team, and that will be a Hunter's Fury out onto the... He's not going to catch anything, though.
No one found this, a wasted ult. Very aggressive with it. And here comes the plant for 2%. The attempted molly from Vexel will not be catching 2%. He has to run for his life as that wall gets broken down. Lewis, lurking, Tasered on his way. Does he know that Lewis is there? No, he does not. The turret, a distraction method there. And I've seen a lot of these players in both sides getting distracted by things like the turret, like the darts, and they're getting punished because of it.
It's just such a hard choice to make. Do you run and make the footsteps as you're rotating, or do you shift walk and get there late? And unfortunately, those footsteps cost Taser's life. Excellent shock dart and beautiful kills from Whizzing as well. No way. We've got a match on our hands.
A match indeed, 5-4, 20-6 for Whizzing. Whizzing has already reached 20 kills in the 9 rounds that have been played. Let that sink in.
It's more than 2 a round. That is 2.1 average kills per round or something. That's crazy.
It is an incredible performance by Whizzing, and still his team is behind. Still they're at a deficit.
Whizzing making that dash in again. Not going to find anything off the top of the boxes, but going to just draft through. The attacker Killjoy goes down on B site. Vexel needs to get out of here, but with just the classic, unfortunately not going to get... Oh, does get Lewis, sorry. Whizzing trades out immediately, though. So the Viper's Pit is still online for the Pirates. No players detained by the lockdown. Tay's making that push in.
Spike planted.
Xerxu. With nice in hand. Can he do what Whizzing can? Maybe he doesn't need to. Phases, Taze, both find one. Xerxu will get another. It's just Whizzing on his lonesome. Tries to get two, but cannot find the kill on Kian. It'll be a round win once again for the Pirates, and Whizzing not able to do enough to continue carrying his team to victory. 6-4.
It's been some great manners in the chat as well. Everyone's saying nice shot, well played here and there when they get taken down. I'd love to see it. And yeah, now the Swans are going to be hoping to bring this up to 6, make it an even half, but it's you know, it is actually possible now for the Pirates to finish on 8-4. Looking like the buys are pretty even. Swans on half shields, maybe not full util completely, but still looking good. We've seen them do some amazing stuff with just pistols and knives, etc. But yeah, so half shield on 2%, half shield on Jake's Tomo. It's not too much of a scrappy buy, and the Bulldog on Jake's as well. But yeah, the rest of the Swans are going to have to start getting some kills to catch up with Whizzing now if they want to make this 6-6.
Well, Whizzing cannot carry this team to victory by himself. He needs some help. And that's not an insult on Whizzing. He's doing an incredible job. His teammates just need to do some more as well. Whizzing can keep doing what he's doing, but help has to be on the way, or else this will be a game for the Pirates. We talked about the team cohesion which we could find on the Swans. This time around, we're not seeing it.
Oof. Vexel, excellent peek there against Lewis. There's only 3 standing now for the Swans. It's looking like the Pirates are going to get another one on the board, especially now Jakes goes down. Swans, 2%, does trade out, but then Kian trades again. And we only have 1 player standing. Alexander on the flank, does get 1 kill. Oh my days, takes Vasers down to 10 HP, who has 8 seconds left for a heal. Gonna keep making this push.
Oh, there comes Taze to ruin the fun. Comes in behind. Alexander has nothing they can do about it. And now we approach that last round and a half. Their full buys will hopefully come out from both sides. Will we see a 7-5, which would be pretty close and a very respectable result? Or will we see an 8-4, which just feels so distant?
Yeah, and I was honestly expecting the Swans on attack to be a really, really deadly force, but from what we saw on Haven last week, their attacks were just so good. And I think they just seem to be flagging a little bit this time around. I'm not sure what it might. Maybe it's because they haven't got their Manisk. That might be something to do with it. We were talking at the start. Maybe the lack of Manisk could cause them some troubles. It might be something to do with what's going on for them now. But obviously, we don't know for sure about speaking to the players directly. Xerxu does get Whizzing with the op, so they've lost Whizzing now. It might be an 8-4. It is 4-4 though. Xerxu getting healed up.
Tomo going to get that plant. The wall comes out. Whizzing unable to do what he does best with the knives. Shot in the air by Vases. And here comes the Sova out.
Oh, no way.
Bringing on through the bottom, trying to find anyone that he can. They've avoided full well. Alexander in the corner going to get found by Kane. So 2 versus 3 now for the Pirates. Kane got full health, but Xerxu low. The Swans playing that post plant so incredibly well.
It was all on Kian, and Kian got taken down, unfortunately.
Pushing up to Kian. It will not be enough. The attackers win the round and Swans get back on their feet.
7-5. Well, they're going to be happy with that. You know, it could have ended a lot worse than that. 8-4. It's a lot harder to come back from 7-5. So that's not too much in it. 2 rounds in it. And now they're on the defending side. They have a little bit less control of the pace of the match. But, I mean, we only saw, what was it, 1 round last week where they were full on, where they were defending, because they got 12 on the board on the attack side. So I don't have too much to say about Swans' defense. So we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, 100%. The Swans now, the first time getting challenged in a match, is on the back foot. They've been able to win and make it up to the 7-5, but now on the other half, what can they do when defending?
Well, at least they've got their silver lineup sorted. Whizzing making that push as well. And that's what the dart's for, just to clear out mid, make sure it's safe for Wisdom to get down there. Are they going to keep pushing on the flank, or are they just going to hold it for the rotation?
It's a good hold there. As in comes the Pirates, ready to try and claim their treasure. The ball gets break by Xerxu. More damage being done in the other half of the site. Taze finds one, Vexel finds another. The site has been taken by the Pirates, but still one waits outside. Tomo lurking around, the plant will come through. 5 versus 3 in that post plant. Wasn't coming from behind. Well found one. Facing another now in Kian, but we're taken out. Kian doing an incredible bit of play at the moment. Jake Tomo up high onto site, waiting on Rafters, waiting to play Alexander breaking the wall. But Vexel is there ready for him. A shot on the head from Alexander who takes out the opposing Viper. It's a 2 versus 2 now. This is very, very winnable for the Swans. And as Kane lurks through the smoke, he has to be incredibly careful. Basically gets killed by Alexander. Going on for that 4K. It's Kane all on his lonesome. The recon finds no one. Has to wait. Has to try and find the kill. They cannot let him get to the defuse. In comes the Viper. Finds one. It's Kane. But cannot find another of the defuse. We found by James Tomo just in time. As the clock ticks on down. He should have it here, I believe. And the round will be won by Swans. A .65 left on the clock.
What a round that was, back and forth with the Swans. Almost lost it. I thought it was going to be a Pirate steamroller, but bringing it 7-6 now in a very comfortable position. They're going to buy some big guns. That's 3 Bulldogs, 2 Spectres, 4 full shields and 1 half shield. They aren't stopping. They want to ride this wave. They want to keep it going. And it looks like the Pirates are aware of this. They're not wasting any money right now. They're just going to stick on the classics. Let the Swans do their buy and try and bring it back after it's 7-7.
7-6, and this should be a round for the Swans, just considering the kind of the money situation here. It's Spectres and Vandals and Bulldogs alike for the Swans, and Classics and Ghosts on the side of the Pirates. It's Xerxu. So waiting. Over in Kitchen, the plant will come out from Vases. They get B side, but the post plant is where Swans shined last round. Wizzing can't connect any shots to the Bulldog. One to his right, does he know about them? Oh, Xerxu, it's a great effort, will get caught on out, and one found on Kian as well. The plant down is a good bit of money bonus, but that is all they're going to find.
Yeah, unfortunately the Pirates won't get a single kill, and the Swans will take that with that force. Didn't even lose too much armor. Yeah, still looking pretty steady. Not going to waste much money at all now.
Nope.
No, maybe I think they might have stacked up 1 armor back up, and that's about it. Maybe 2 armors stacked back up to full.
Also, just to note here, by the time we get to round number 15, Wizzing is on 24 kills, and none of his team members are at double digits just yet.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, that is a duelist job, of course, but
not to this extent.
Quite a big differential, isn't it?
Isn't it about the job of 3 duelists?
I love these walls. I love them so much. And even with the Spectre, they're going to take it. But Kian and Vexel getting 1 each. Wizzing trades out Kian, though, straight down to a 3v3.
They've got to run off to be here. A is not in a position to fight. But now pushing on out is Alexander, right, trying to get some picks of his own. A small tap on Mum with the Bulldog and a Maul to just get into safety and run away some more. Taze against 2%. Oh, they play so well together there. 2% and Wizzing peaked that at the exact same time. There is absolutely no hope. And now in a 3 versus 2, the Swans are looking great.
Worst timing EU. Yeah, Tay's aware of the absolute unfortunate timing that went down then. Swinging up to the ramp whilst being shot from the side, swinging back to the side, but too late and goes down. Alex takes down Vases though, but Vexel trades out. The spike's going to go back in the hand, and then it will be won by Wizzing.
Wizzing, 2%, playing so well together there. That is what we want to see from the Swans, is what we kind of credited them for earlier on, and we said we weren't really seeing it from them. Now we certainly are. They are playing by the hip in that round, and they got so many kills thanks to it.
So the Pirates are sitting on 7 right now. Swans up on 8, and our CEO has called a 13-7 to the Swans. So if the Pirates don't get another round on the board, that'll be Slayer John correct with that call, and that's going to be some psychic stuff. But personally, I do think the Pirates have it in them to keep getting these rounds on the board.
I mean, without a doubt, they certainly had the capabilities to do it. But while Wizzing and Co allow, is Xerxu going to get peeked on by Wizzing? He actually gets a lot of damage done. Wizzing is low, but so too is Xerxu. K.O. find the kill on Wizzing. The star player for the Swans is dead. Taze find one on Alexander as well. 2% gets one on Key, and Xerxu alone in nest, fighting for his life, but 2 players below going to try and cause many amounts of damage. FaZe get the trade on 2%, now it's a 3 versus 2. FaZe is low, but Taze just sitting on B side all by himself here. Alexander, nowhere to be seen. In comes Lewis instead. That Killjoy. And it's saved the site, but Taze has got a gun in hand and going to make things a very difficult task.
Excellent stuff by Taze just to hold that site, completely clear it down, make sure the info's there. Oh, Taze gets down. Taze gets 2 more. And then we do have this Pirates shattering the prediction of John to pieces. Now it's 8-8.
As we said, get the kill on Wizzing and you get a very good chance of winning the round. It happened again there. The early kill on Wizzing is honestly probably the game changer for it. It was some great trades as well, where the kill on Alexander came early on and FaZe is able to kind of stand his ground over on that A nest. And now with an 8-8 scoreline, it's equal buys and it is as even as can be.
I don't think the Swans should have pushed that round. I think they're trying to maybe like overcompensate with aggression when if they were just holding down site a little bit better, I reckon they might have got that. This push was just so chaotic, wasn't it? There was just people left, right and centre and they nearly came out on top, but they pretty much came out even. It just wasn't really ideal. And Wizzing making that push again. Another push backfired down to 6 HP.
Oh, Wizzing. One shot and you are dead. There's no stage around to help him out. He's going for the flank and I don't blame him for it, but if anyone catches him, it is lights out for Wizzing.
No way.
Oh, here they come.
This is Wizzing's chance to get the 6 HP kill. Swans
this is
ready to trade out.
Jaws fame moment. There they are.
But they'll both fall. Unfortunately, there's just too many Pirates making their way through spawn. Jakesta's getting an excellent headshot on a Xerxu, but now going to have to fall back. Hunter's Fury comes out, just misses one. Unfortunately misses again, and does get a kill onto Vases.
Just catching her at the end. The Sage taken out. The Molly goes far and the other one goes close. Both going to hit absolutely no one, and Vexel, 30 HP, has to run away, has to be careful. The LP for Vexel, pretty much full for the rest of the team. But the plant, an open area. A trade.
For each team.
The flash comes out. The turret working wonders, and Jake Tomo going to get one. Kian against Jake Tomo. He's got out. Kian going to run away. He knows what he has to do. One on the spec, not going to be enough. Another one used, will not find anyone either. Gonna get pushed by Jake Tomo. Will he know he's there? Yes, he will. Kian clutches up. Takes a round for the Pirates and makes it 9-8.
No way, Kian. That was just so beautiful.
Oh my, oh my.
So the ult economy is looking pretty good on the side of the Pirates. We've got the Swans with Viper's Pit and Bladestorm. So Wizzing actually won't be buying a gun, but will be buying a full shield. Going to pop that Bladestorm straight away. This is actually maybe a good chance to get something off the back of Wizzing's ult. Since every time Wizzing pushes with the Bladestorm, they get an excellent headshot to start with. So we'll see what comes out this time too.
Also, I feel like an important thing to note here, which we haven't mentioned yet for the Swans, is that Alexander is coming in here, and he is registered as the coach for the Swans. So he is their coach, but having to sub in because obviously people are unavailable. As a coach, well, I mean, he might as well be in the main roster because he's fitting in perfectly well here.
And Wizzing's Bladestorm did go straight down to Taze's Vandal, unfortunately.
Taze. The flash on out. It's a great dash in by Xerxu. Finds one, but it's traded off by 2%. 2% going to get the free K, in fact. And now, like, great chance at winning this round here. Finds another one. He couldn't get an ace. No, they cannot, but Lewis will close it out. And a tied up game once again. And there was no sign of a lead coming out.
2% with the almost ace. Getting the 4K off, though. Excellent stuff. 9-9. It's looking like we might see overtime.
I think we could here, yeah. I really would not be surprised.
You know, and being a best of one as well, going to overtime is really good fun because we get to see it drag out a little bit longer than just that one match. And there's no saying how far this match can go. Got Kian catching up with Wizzing on the kill count, though. Kian up to 20. It's looking good.
Alexander. Just waiting for someone to peek B long. Waiting for a fight to be taken. There's Wizzing lurking in mid. Can't get a kill. Xerxu is incoming with knives. Does Wizzing know about it? No, he does not, but will avoid them barely. So once again will try, gets punished for the missed shots. Wizzing just taking the whole team by himself. We've got a dash in hand once again. Gets a free hit
Zing.
off the bat. Someone has to stop that. Man gets heat at the moment. It's unstoppable. Wizzing going for number 4. Shots on Kian. Can he find it? Yes, he can. It's another headshot. Wizzing, what have you ate for breakfast? Because I want some of it. He might get the but no Taze will find the trade-off by 2%. Wizzing, my oh my, he must be at 30 kills by now.
2 rounds in a row where we almost see an ace, and you're not wrong there, bro. Wizzing is sitting on 30. Just talking about how Kian was nearly closing the gap with a kill count, but Wizzing just steamrolls ahead with a 4K. Wow. That was another Blade Storm wasted. Xerxes making those peaks with the Blade Storm just gets headshot by Wizzing's Vandal. 2 Blade Storms just gone to dust.
Wow. Wizzing is on something different at the moment. He is eating his cornflakes, his Weetabix and his Cheerios because he is playing so incredibly well. And he is the reason that Swans are up 10-9. But with that said, of course, we know what the Pirates can do. We know they can bring this back, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a 10-10 scoreline coming our way. Wizzing lurking into mid. The ult comes out from Alexander, trying to stop it. That's push onto B. But the wall actually caught Alexander. A little bit of a misplacement there, and in a dangerous position now. A plant comes out, and Alexander could be in massive danger. He's going to hold this smoke entrance, finds one, but gets shot down by Vexel. It's a big open sight, and when Vexel uses an ult of his own, trades out the ult, and now Swans have to try and retake through the Viper ult in the post-plant situation. Despite Carrier will be killed, despite not planted just yet. It's a 4 versus 2, a 4 versus 1. It's a mess on the site. A 1-player detained. What is going on? Lewis, can he somehow clutch this up?
This is absolutely insane. I really wasn't happy with Alex's push there. If you've got that Viper's Pit, you just want to hold it from a safe angle. Lewis does get a beautiful headshot on a Taze now, though, and it's a 1v2 for Lewis. What can they pull out? The shock dart's just flying straight past. Knows the location of one. Actually knows the location of both players right now. Gonna even get it halfway. No. There's time to get these kills off. Yes, just one enemy now. Go on,
One
Lewis.
peek and Lewis can find it! It's a 1 versus 3, and it's all Lewis needs. His gun in his hand and a spike being defused. It's 11-9 to the Swans as Lewis steps up big time.
Yeah, it's no longer the Wizzing show. We're starting to see the rest of the Swans pull it out the bag, and as we do see that, the Swans take the 2-point lead against the Pirates. Seems like the team cohesion is back. It is not just one player now. Look at that. 14-13, 10-10. Earlier on, not a single one of them had reached double digits, and now they all are, and not a single player has a kill count lower than a player out of the Pirates.
Well, we talked about Wizzing being the carry, but certainly that round was saved by the man playing Killjoy. But they cannot rely on a 1 versus 3 every single time. They may have this 11-9, but it is still a tentative lead at the moment. But when Wizzing's on the field, can he be stopped? Yes, he can. Kian gets a kill.
Yeah, will be traded out. Kian's got those headshots too. Xerxes gets an excellent shot onto Alexander. Vases reses Taze though. So now the attackers are back up to 5. Swans only on 3. Viper Wall goes down. Xerxes clearing quite a lot of sight. Will take down. Will not take down Jakes as Jakes does a 180 and headshot Xerxes. What is going on?
That should be a kill every day of the week. And now, this is very, very winnable here. It may be a 3 versus 4, but we've seen them come back before. They have a 4 versus 2. 2% finds one note, makes it a little bit harder. A res in hand, but no dead bodies nearby to make that res. Has to play careful. Taze lurking around in kitchen. Jake Tomo taken down.
Taze, what a headshot.
The 1 versus 3, 2%. Taking his time, trying to hold that exit. No one's going to peek. They're all playing so disciplined. They are not making any room for error. 2% peeks around, and punished they will be. Trying to find any little bit of the pie, but no. Taze finds the kill, and it is 10-11 now as the Pirates find one back.
I would love to see some overtime. Especially since we're not getting any extra maps, let's just keep going all night with this match. This is excellent. Wizzing up to 32. So yeah, Wizzing taking a bit of a slow on this steamrolling kill count, and the rest of the team starting to catch up. Kian up to 24. Taze on 19. They're just looking so good. Kian and Taze with those high kill counts. Both got the ults back in the bag. Probably going to use the Hunter's Fury for post-plant if they can keep Kian alive. Taze probably going to drop out 0 point on the way into... no command on the way into sight.
Here comes
Whizzing
Whizzing.
making a
The
push.
big stack. He gets one, but he cannot get more as all 4 remaining players peek out just to take down Whizzing.
But that was the best kill that Whizzing could have got. Taking down the null command. Kian takes down Lewis. It's gonna... Oh no, and the Pirates down to 2 players. Sorry, Swan's down to 2 players, I mean...
I think we're going to get an 11-11 here as Xerxu comes in for the flank. Alexander does hear him. The stomp from Xerxu is the worst play imaginable. That was a free, easy 2 kills there. But the stomp says otherwise. The Vases. They're playing backside. And they hide under rafters hoping that they will not find them. And I think they will not check. The Vases pushes out. Gets 1, gets 2. 11-11. We're going all the way, Bigfoot. I think we're going to have an overtime at this rate.
Yeah, it's very likely, but now we see this economy in equal hands. It's all. This is actually could be the deciding factor. This round. So economy's looking.
If Swans lose this, they're done for.
Almost equal. Yeah, exactly. If Swans lose this, they have no money. But if Whizzing can get 3 ult points, and they lose, Jake's gets 1 more ult point. Lewis gets 1 more ult point. They're going to be sat with 4 ults for the final save round to bring it to overtime. So even if Swans go down right now, there is a chance. Sorry, mate?
It's a very important round for Swans, yeah.
Yeah.
Poof, it's Xerxu. Feeling pretty at the moment, feeling good with that Sakura Vandal as well. Certainly looking good with it. The knock command comes out. The Silver Dart to cause a distraction, finds some recon, but Lewis stands strong, gets 1 kill on the board. 2% in between out by Tade, but Lewis standing so well in the corner, finds 1 fight 2, traded out by James Tomo. It's a 1 versus 3 now. It's an absolute mess, and it's Kian, the top fragging player for the Pirates, left all by himself to try and win this round.
Last player standing.
And send it to 12-11, but that's Tade officially dead, and now that 1v3 comes into play. The spike not in hand, he has to push ace out. What can he do? Taken out by James Tomo. We're going to 12-11. This is match point for Swans. They win this round, they are the champions. They lose, we go to overtime.
Yeah, and they've got those 3 ultimates that we were talking about. Whizzing didn't actually get any on the board, so not going to have the Blade Storm right now, but they've got the Hunter's Fury, they've got the Revive, and they've got a lockdown against Xerxu, who has a Blade Storm, and Kian, who also has a Hunter's Fury. There's a small chance Vexu could get a Viper's Pit on board. That might be part of the plan for this round, is to get an orb, get a plant, and get a kill, and get that Viper's Pit just to really clutch on. But Swans are looking like they're in a pretty good position to take this match right now.
Oh, 100%. And with that 12-11 scoreline, no matter what happened, the Swans will not be losing after this round. The early hunter comes on out. We'll not find anyone just yet. Xerxu on knives. Can he do anything close to what Whizzing can do on those very knives? Well, Whizzing's been taken out. It's already a 5 versus 3. This is the start that only could be asked for by the Pirates, and they have received. Arrest comes out on Alexander, and 2% more trade-off. Xerxu's a 4 versus 4. The Killjoy to try and flush them out of sight. Taze is going to rush through. Taze.
Yeah,
able to find it. Shuts it down, but Lewis is here to cause some damage himself. Faking the defuse, in comes the ult, taking out the chance at any last second heroics. They're going to stick it. Lewis is going all the way. He is not getting off the spike. It will be round 1 for the Swans, and the game victory found 13-11.
No way. They almost took it. The Pirates nearly came out on top, but they dropped it right at those last 2 rounds. The 2 most important rounds. The Swans came together, came out on top. Really amazing stuff there. Swans still the MVPs of this entire league. And yeah, the 2 best players we've seen as well, Manisk and Whizzing, sitting comfy on top of the MVP for the league as well. It's going to be either of them by the time we get to the end of this. We need to see some more from Manisk, but wasn't present today. So it was, like you said earlier, the Whizzing show.
The Whizzing show, indeed. The Whizzing was incredible. I think he might have ended about 33, 34 kills that last game there, which is insane. But my oh my, Swans come out by the skin of their teeth. A 13-11, as close as it could be without an overtime getting played. And Swans now go 4-0 overall in the league. And of course, with that provisional win against the non-existing team there, they're actually technically 5-0.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much give them the cup right now, but we've still got a little bit more to go. And just as this round robin keeps on going around, every team playing every single team, and so far looking like no one can challenge the Swans. I mean, the Pirates did come so close, but still just not able to clutch it that last couple rounds. So Swans just looking so comfy.
100%. And with that said, that is our last match of the day. It was a long one though. They gave us a show without a doubt, and certainly thank them for that. But of course, that's not the end of the Welsh Esports League Valorant. Coming back next week, we've got round 5 and 6 taking place, the second to last of the weeks. So you should definitely want to come on by. Things are really starting to take shape here in the Welsh Esports League for Valorant. So me and Bigfoot will be here next week bringing you some more great Valorant action. With that said, it's been a great night. Thank you all for coming by, and we will see you next week with some amazing games coming your way.
See you later.